Hello guys, this is current affairs analysis for 16 February 2019 and I am Shantanu. Before moving on to the important topics for today, let's pray for those who have given their lives for the country and only so that we can stay well. I am actually not in a state to say anything about it. It is a really very heinous act and inhuman. So all I can do is pray that our country will stand tall even after all these mishaps. And let's do our own work so that we can serve our country in a better way. Okay, let's start for today's discussion now. The first important news I found in the Hindu is regarding the India-Pakistan recent status, and India has taken away the MFN status which it has accorded to Pakistan in 1996. Now, what is the most favored nation tag? It is mentioned in the Article 1 of the GATT, which stands for General Agreement on Tariff and Trade in the year 1994, and it requires every WTO member to accord MFN status to all the other WTO member countries, and it ensures the preferential trade terms with respect to tariffs and barrier. So if there is a country in a WTO, it needs to provide MFN status to all the other countries in WTO. WTO presently is having 164 member nations, and it represents 98% of the global trade. Pakistan, however, is yet to accord the MFN status for India, and it maintains 1209 products in the negative lists. It means that India cannot export these things to Pakistan. Pakistan only allows 138 products to be imported from India, and even after these kind of restrictions, India still hold trade surplus when it comes to Pakistan. Moving on to the next part of this discussion, I'm here going to talk about the India-Pakistan trade relation history. For the years 2001 and 2006, in between them, trade between these two countries grew very fast, but it became slower after that. In the year 2012, there was a 7th round Commerce Secretary level talks with Pakistan, which was held in Islamabad, and both the countries agreed to facilitate trade. However, Pakistan didn't notify the removal of trade restrictions to the land route of Wagah Atari. In the year 2014, there was last trade meetings between these two countries, and no trade meet has yet taken place after that. In 1947, GATT came into effect, the first discussed during the United Nations Conference on Trade and Employment, and 23 nations signed it then. During the Marrakesh round, that is the Uruguay round in 1994, 123 nations signed to create WTO, and WTO came into effect in the very next year, that is 1995. So these are all you need to know about the MFN status, WTO and the GATT. Moving on to the next important topic, Vande Bharat or Train 18, India's first semi-high speed train has taken place, has launched. Okay, it is going to travel between New Delhi and Varanasi. This 780 kilometer journey is expected to complete within 8 hours, which will save at around 3 hours for the passengers. It doesn't have a locomotive. Its maximum commercial speed, that is maximum possible speed it can have, is 160 kilometer. Actually, this is wrong. 160 kilometer per hour. However, the top speed during the journey it can attain is 130 kilometer per hour. So this is a very important step towards the new experience in railway travel. Moving on to the next important news, there is a conflict between two of the Indian states, Assam and Meghalaya, regarding some regions in the northeast, and one of them is Lampi district. It is a village in the northeast of India, and it is there in the West Khasi Hills, and there is a dispute between Assam and Meghalaya. In the 2010, there was an infamous Lampi incident. there was clash between Nepalese and tribal Khasi and Garo communities. So whatever happened in Jammu and Kashmir, I am only tried to say here is that the same kind of problem is arising out in the northeast of our country, and we should better concentrate on this part of the country, or there will be another mishap or more than that in future. So we need a very careful take a look about these regions, especially the northeast part of India and Jammu and Kashmir, which is already under dispute. There was an article or news regarding Gaganyaan. Gaganyaan is India's first manned mission to space. It is going to be in the 75th year of independence, so add 1947 to it and you will get the year 2022. This was declared in August 15, 2018, and it will send human being into the space, and they will rotate at around 400 kilometer distance from the earth. Two trial flights will be there with human friendly capsule, and it will be tested in the year 2020. Here it is not seen properly, it is 2020. Astronauts will be trained at Indian Air Force's Institute of Aerospace Medicine, which is in Bengaluru. Regarding this, we need to remember that in April 2019, India is going to launch Chandrayaan 2, which is lander and rover mission to moon, and it is going to take place in April 2019. So it was all for today. Let's hope that we can at last understand our responsibility towards the country and do the very least, that is to respect all and respect ourselves, educate ourselves, empower ourselves. So take a very good night, study well so that you can crack some government exams and you can serve the people in a proper way. If you cannot do that, there are plenty other ways to serve the country. So best luck to all of you. Jai Hind, especially for today.